Alright, part 6 of our playthrough. We've hopefully fixed some audio issues, specifically with the game volume, and chat can let me know if it's good still. Anyway, with the Civic Type R, last time out we did the FF challenge, and it's not eligible for MR, 4-wheel drive, lightweight, or stars and stripes. So the next thing we have to look at is the Type R meeting, which doesn't require a license, and it's for all Type R cars from Honda. That includes Accord Euro R, NSX Type R, Integra Type R, Civic, Acura Integra Type R, and the Spoon Civic, which I think that one might be the fastest, or the NSX. Regardless, no limitations elsewhere. Big prize money too, 5,000 credits, so we're going in completely stock. Or maybe I should change the oil right before, since it's only $250. And the payoff could be good. Let's do that. Just to give it an extra horsepower boost. Carmelito is eating ice cream, good choice. Ice cream is a great thing to watch racing with. So, beginner league. Let's go. Series race. So this is our first championship of the game. And how championship works is like kind of any championship. Each race has a point value on your finishing position. So first place gets 10 points. Second place gets, I believe, 6 points. And then it goes on, down, so on and so forth. So basically, most points at the end of the series wins. We want to do a clean sweep because we want that prize money. And at the end, you get a special prize card routine that you guys will learn about at the end of the segment. But yep, it is Saturday here. We don't have school, but we do have racing. So let's get right in. VTech boy. Hopefully the audio. Alright. Hopefully this car's good enough too. Yes, this is Tokyo, Route 246, based on the real streets of Tokyo. So, another cool GT fact. GT has a lot of cool Easter eggs and hidden gems in it. Yeah, the arcade mode music is the same I used in my intros back when we played Asphalt. Turns out I really like this game. Big shocker. This was one of my first racing games. Always fun. Oh, yeet it. Maybe not the cleanest of overtakes, but you have to use our gears in this car. This car is certainly capable with the oil change. Which is good, because then we don't have to buy any upgrades. Yeah, the VTEC's kicking in. The Civic. Understeer. City. Yeah, despite this thing like not being great off the line, it does respond pretty well in the straight line. I will say trying to manage the gears is a bit tricky with this car. But seems to be working out just fine. Wow. That's going into the archive. That's going into the segments of video. Great. The Lucas sneeze. But we're not on Twitch, so no clip. Pace car, that's a different game. That's the next game in this series. I don't think there's a pace car at all. But yeah, this track at night would be really cool. On GT Sport, there's the Tokyo Expressway, which is obviously the same location, not the same roads, but that one you can drive at night. We're playing on a real PS2. I had a real wall right there. But yes, we're playing on a real PS2 with the real DualShock 2. on a real memory card on a real game disc. I'm using an Elgato capture card, Elgato King Capture HD, with component cables, so that's how the game quality looks as is. And we're not lagging, you notice that, so no need to have a PC. You might be able to hear my PC's fans from streaming, but that's always happened. I'm driving terribly, and yet we're still in the lead. Pretty comfortably. I noticed that you can clip on some channels. I had that feature for like a day, I think, but it just disappeared, so I have no idea. We're just bouncing off the walls, and I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm used to, I've been playing Wreckfest, and it has different controls. The right, R1 is looking back. But you don't have that on DualShock 2, or you don't have touchpad, I should say. Just how you change views in that game. Around the final corner. Kind of uneventful race compared to what we did with the MX-5, but sometimes it's nice to have a different change. But I know on some tracks like Super Speedway, it's going to get a little tricky. This is not an emulator, this is a real PS2. You want to get Gran Turismo Concept? Yeah, that's a Europe and Japan only game. It's not in the US. Anyway, race 1. Finish. And, Tegras, obviously, are the fastest, and Civic is the slowest of the bunch. Here you guys will see how the point system works. First place gets 10 points. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pretty standard. No F1 fastest lap point or anything like that. I think this was actually the same point system that Formula 1 used in 2001 when this game came out. Fun fact. It was the 10, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, exact same point format. So, that's pretty cool. GT7 did it like modern F1. That might be strange. Get that thumbnail shot. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to save our game in case anything goes wrong. You can save your game mid-championship. So. That. I gotta get that sneeze out. Second. Alright, race number 2. I just jabbed my back of my foot. Anyway. This is Grand Valley, another 2 laps, another kind of long race, but doesn't really matter. I don't know if the oil change is wearing off, but let's go for it. Audio still good? I know Forza, right? Of course, I've played pretty much every Forza, except for Forza 7. Never played it. We're gonna go around the outside. The Integras. A little bit of pressure from the black one. Red one's in the lead, but not for long. And within basically 2-3 corners, we've taken the lead. Yeah, despite having the most points you start from the back, you can qualify in this game for pole position. But that just takes extra time, and usually with these kind of games, like, the fastest car will find its way to the lead usually. Because the grid starts, the AI are kind of overpowered. But if there was a rolling start, pole position would be helpful, but then the race would be really boring. Because I'd immediately be in the lead, I'd be dominating the race. As if that wasn't already happening, but yeah. Isla's return to Asphalt 9, big shocker. How's my job going? I haven't started. I start it next month. Just under a month from now. I start my work. So I'm on a 6-week vacation. And I think this is the longest vacation I'll receive until I retire from my job. Or if I don't work for another period of time. But if I stay with my company, this is the longest break I'll have until I'm in my 50s or 60s. So I'm spending that to play Gran Turismo. And you know what? When I retire, I'll probably still be playing Gran Turismo. Probably this game too. But yeah. Weird being off. It hasn't fully sunk in that I'm done with school. But I'm sure it'll hit at some point. Yeah, working on the texture mod for the Need for Speed Most Wanted. Very goodish. That's gotta be fun. I haven't played the Pacifica version yet. I've played the regular version obviously on stream, but I know that it has a lot of cool mods. Meanwhile, I should pay attention to the road. The race is a little boring. Something tells me that this segmented video is not going to have much action. Oh well. Sometimes that's Gran Turismo for you. It's what you make of it though. Stock Civic. Oil change will wear off eventually. Yeah, I saw S19 has an update. I saw the new cars too. The Volkswagen W12 particularly is really nice. Valkyrie. Nothing that's gonna make me immediately come back to the game. Those cars are gonna be pay to win or extremely grindy. Acceleration. Like, you really have to use the gears in this car. Talk about Monaco last week, so yeah, last week we knew that Charles had pole position and we didn't know if he would start the race, and turns out he couldn't. But it wasn't because of his gearbox being damaged. His gearbox was supposedly fine. He'd actually broken his drive shaft, and Ferrari did not spot that on their checks, so Charles still couldn't start the race. So, Max Verstappen got a really easy win. But Carlos Sainz got his first podium for Ferrari. And Vettel finished in the points. Excellent P5, even beating Lewis Hamilton. So now Verstappen leads the Drivers' Championship. And Red Bull leads the Constructors' Championship by, I believe, like 1 or 2 points. So it's pretty tight. And it's the first time they've led since 2013. And first time Verstappen's ever led a championship. Anyway, in the game, here's our point standings. I now have a 1 race lead over the other Integras. So, already getting our safety net. Yeah, Bottas had another unlucky pit stop. Save the game. We're just gonna keep oversaving because it doesn't hurt. It's just a memory card. You don't want to have to replay this game if this race is, if the game crashes or if I lose really embarrassingly. Although I might take the L. But yeah, Charles broke his drive shaft. And then Gasly beat Hamilton too in the race, which is also pretty cool. Here's race 3 on Trial Mountain Reverse, or Trial Mountain 2 as this game calls it. Let's go. And then Lando got another podium with the Gulf livery on his McLaren. That car was so beautiful, by the way. They even lapped Daniel Ricciardo. That was pretty embarrassing. And then on the only interesting part of the race, which was when Vettel overcut Hamilton and Gasly, they were about to show if he could complete the overtake on Pierre Gasly. And right before it, F1 did its version of Rickroll by showing us a long replay of Lance Stroll going over the barriers. And the internet has now taken that clip of the Lance Stroll overlay and thrown it over every significant thing. It's kind of funny. Because Stroll spends his whole career trying to like keep his image good, and then all of a sudden, by no fault of his own, just immediately now a Rickroll clone. But of course, that's gotta be, only F1 could butcher an overtake so much. Anyway, this red Integra, fighting pretty hard for the lead, but no match for the VTEC, yo. Indy 500's tomorrow. Weird that it's actually happening now. I know it happened later in the year last year, but it always happened Memorial Day weekend, so hopefully it's a good race. I still haven't bought the Road America tickets yet, but I'm probably going to buy them this week. And I think I'm going to go just to the Sunday event. But I think I might actually go up to Wisconsin the night before and just hang out there. The Saturday ticket is $55, and I don't fully know how IndyCar works, but I don't know if there's another race or if it's just qualifying, but considering the race is $65, the Sunday ticket's $65, and the Saturday ticket is $55. I can't speak. I don't know if it's fully worth almost twice the cost. So I don't know, but I do want to go see the race. And Road America is the closest track to me. Here's the yeet chicane. Gotta yeet it. Actually losing speed in 5th gear. Hello, man. Welcome to the stream. All the gears we can. Pace at 60 miles an hour at the uphill. That's my job. I haven't started it yet. I start it next month. About 4 weeks, so trying to enjoy the longest vacation I'll have until I retire. GT5 is good too. Yeah, I love the whole series, honestly. Even like some of the games, some of the series' weaker games. Like some people like to rip on 6 a lot, 5 and 6. But I think they're both like great games in their own respect. GT5, like people don't like it because of the engine sounds and the XP system. And fair enough, the XP system is weird, especially without the servers, but the actual game itself is still really, really good. The special events in that game, don't sleep on them. And then GT6 too, while it may be the most bland of a career mode, it has 1,200 cars, which I believe is still the most of any video game ever. And yeah, while there's like 50 MX-5s and Skylines and all that, there's some really cool stuff like the Moon vehicle, Delta Wing, a lot of Vision GT cars, some real F1 cars, a lot of cool stuff. Bud's here, welcome to the heart. Glad you're all here enjoying this stream. Anyway, race 3's done. Waiting for the Civic to finish. He's far behind. 17 seconds behind. Wow. But yeah, GT6 doesn't deserve hate. It was a pretty fun time. And then GT Sport also is disliked because of its focus for online. But I think the driving in GT Sport is great. It just needed a proper career mode. So I'm just hoping GT7 delivers on that. But I think it'll be... Every Gran Turismo game has been good. Enjoyable. Something that I could play from start to finish and enjoy it. These games are long. Ooh, that is a great camera shot. I actually might use that for the thumbnail. Wow. Anyway, let's save the game. Flex Wing, yeah, that's some drama between Mercedes and Red Bull, but apparently Flex Wing has been in drama since like 2003, so. Is GT4 good? How do I put it this way? It's a 3-letter word, starts with Y. I know like some people, there's a small group that doesn't like GT4. And I want to have a heated debate with them. Anyway, here's Super Speedway. Never thought Honda Civics and Type R's could go on an oval. But here's our simulation for the NASCAR race tomorrow, I guess. NASCAR with Hondas. I guess Civics are good at oval racing, right? The Integras, though, they are flying in a straight line. Yeah, GT4 I'd say is the best racing game of all time in my opinion. It is my favorite game of all time. And in my opinion, no racing game has completed the entire checklist of what GT4 had to offer back in 2005. There are games that have a fantastic car list, great graphics for the system, tracks, the career mode, the challenge, the iconicness, but none of them do all of it at once. There are some great Forza games. There are some great GT games that came after it, but 4 is something special. Jeez, the Accords are faster than me. We're gonna win this race in the corners, aren't we? Just gotta make sure we're in the slipstream. Yeah, I'll say the car sounds in GT4 aren't its strongest spot, but there's 700 cars in that game, so to put it all in a PS2 game would be a big ask. Okay, so 5th gear is not going to work in a straight line. We gotta hold 4th gear basically until about 120 miles an hour. Then the understeer. Oh my god, the understeer. But we're hooking it all the way left. The wall tap. Why manual gears are so important in racing games.
What kind of place is this?
GT4 Online, yes, is working on a real PS2. Oh man, I took that a bit too wide. Too much trolling. Oh, I'm gonna make it, aren't I? Come on. I think we got it. Get enough of a safety net. It's too slim, yeah. I saw the BK for review. Will they pay the Mega Man? Maybe. I'm just still skeptical about downloading, I don't have the PC version of this one, and so I'm skeptical of downloading a ROM or something of it. Yeah, Nike 2022, one more year, guys. One more year. I prefer GT4 over GT3, but GT3 is still one of my favorite games. I put both of them on my top 10 of all time. Anyway, our points tally is 40-20. So, interestingly, both Integras are tied on points. So, this last race will decide who is the better Integra. The red or the black one. But, still, we want to save the game, especially in race 4. GT3, there's a trick where you can manipulate the prize cars by saving the game right before the final race. You have a big enough points lead. We don't do that. We're not going to do that on this series because I don't believe the prize cars are going to be extremely important at this stage. In the later game, there are some prize cars that you do not want to miss, but they're the only time they're offered. Final race is on Tokyo again, but this time in reverse. We have the championship sealed up already, so could lose this, but we're gonna race it. There's an Indy Lights race on Saturday for Road America, so you would have an extra race to watch. Interesting. So what's the difference between the regular IndyCar and Indy Lights? Is it the same cars and drivers, or is it a different series altogether? Is it separate to the NTT Championship, or is it the same thing? I genuinely don't know. Big send. Bit too much send. We use our gears. Get past the red Integra. I played GT4 after I finished GT3. GT4 will eventually be on my list, but it's not the game I plan to play after this. GT3 is a long game, but GT4 is like triple the length of GT4. Like GT3, this is going to take us somewhere between like 60, 80, maybe 100 hours if it gets that ugly, but no more than 100 I would say. GT4 will take 250 hours, which if I stream about 2 hours, that is literally 125 streams, and if we did the weekly stream, that is 2 years, 2+ years of streaming the same game. Which, I love GT4, but that would be a lot of commitment. So, I do want to tackle GT4 at some point. But it's a very long game. I want to be able to do some other stuff before I tackle such an ambitious project. It'd be a fun time though. Maybe we could do like a license only challenge to have some content, because I think the licenses are part of like the best content you can make on YouTube, because that is the biggest challenge of the games. NASCAR Racing 2003. Is that the one by Papyrus? Yeah, the next gen cars are gonna be interesting. Do the Rhino GT4 stream schedule, yeah. I watch him, but he is dedicated. And he works full time, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know if I'll be able to do a daily stream, but who knows. I do feel like there will be nights where, especially when my friends like go back to college, I still have to stay at home and work. They're gonna be boring evenings. So maybe then I can adopt a more in-week stream schedule. But I'm only fully committed to the Saturday streams. I do plan to sometimes stream during the week in the summer, if I want to work on a long championship in GT3 or try speedrunning or do something else. But the only promise I'll make is that I'll try to do something on Saturday, on the weekends. We are far in the lead, by the way, like 14 seconds. Like, this is total domination. I thought the stock Civic couldn't handle it. I think the only real challenge was Super Speedway. But I thought the Beginner League had rubber banding. It's pretty much washed with this series. If I had enough cash, would I buy a Porsche 918 Spider? Yeah, if I had enough cash, I'd do a lot of spending. You do a little spending. Oh, ball tap. Yeah, I watched Gran GT4's GT4 playthrough back in 2014, 2015. That was a really fun time. I remember watching him stream the endurance races, 24 Hours Le Mans. That was a good time. Yeah, I don't fully get the hate for Most Fun 2012. I enjoyed that game. It's one of my favorite modern Need for Speeds. Anyway, race 5, clean sweep, total domination. We're gonna just see how much the gap is, but it looks like the black Integra is gonna win out over the red one. I think every race has had the result of both the Integras, both the Accords, and then the Civic finishes last. So we had the worst car, but we still pretty much dominated this series. So Indy Lights race on Saturday and Sunday. So on Sunday there's 2 races, the Indy Lights and the NTT. Yeah, that's a lot of action. I think I'll just do the Sunday. Hang out in Wisconsin the night before. Yeah, total domination 100% of the time can equal boredom. No, I went in with the slowest car, and I thought that would be enough to have some excitement, but sometimes there are series in this game that just do that. Turn off the game music and activate the root sandstorm. Why would I turn off OST in GT3? I prefer Forza Horizon 4 or the Crew 2. I've never played the Crew 2, but I've heard it's trash. I have played Forza Horizon 4 and liked it, so I would say Forza Horizon 4. Nice thumbnail shot. A little pixely though for my liking, but that's the series. So, if you guys don't know how this works, if you win a series in GT3, with the most points obviously, you get more than just a prize car. You get this nice little screen, and a trophy. Trophy is our person spraying champagne. And we got, I think it was 10,000 credits, which was pretty awesome. Now, you guys all know the drill. It's prize card time. What are we gonna get? Championship winner. They all look like the same thing, but it is a red. I believe that's an RSX Acura, like an Acura RSX. So, alright, I'll take it. Something I don't have, finally. I don't know if I can use it for anything, but still, I enjoy it. That is it, 5 gold trophies, plus the series win. Let's take a look at our prize. Acura RSX Type S in Fire Pepper Red. Nice. 200 horsepower, 7,500 credits. I don't think we'll need to sell it, but it is a FF car. It's NA, so we might be able to use that for the NA turn later on. We'll have a lot of cars to look at though. Yeah, here's the Civic Wii. 48 miles now. But, there we go. Game status. 4%. There you go, and that is the end of the segment.